Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead Cast with me, Matt. We have a 2v2 for you all here on Moscow Outskirts, a vanilla Company of Heroes 2 map. Let's go through the players. We have Eugen as Shock Division for the Soviet Union. And we have Professor as Tank Division for the Soviet Union. Two very competent commanders here. Let's see how this turns out for them. Represent the Germans. We have Box Bunny as the Wehrmacht without a commander choice. And we have Stockler Mulvey, the main developer of Spearhead 2 mod at the moment, also as the Wehrmacht. Like neither has picked a commander yet. I guess they want to see what the Soviets have first of all. So Stockler Mulvey is doing the basic 1-1-1 opening. Basically, Pioneer, Volksgrenadier, Grenadier. So they have a mix of units. So the Soviets are slowly spreading out with conscripts, which is a pretty basic opening. Time to secure some ground. Wait, where did the Sapper go? Oh, the Sapper went all the way over here. Okay, they're advancing far. Looks like both the Germans went for 1-1-1 openings. I got a bad thing with that. 1-1-1 opening I think is pretty competent actually. Because the Volksgrenadiers can supplement your Grenadiers and such, and then you'll still have the Pioneers around. Oh, conscripts are taking the first shots here on the Volksgrenadier. Got some quick movement here, trying to get behind heavy cover, but Pioneers are also trying to get to heavy cover. There's going to be a lot of conscripts coming this way though, I think. Also some Soviets down here, which are probably going to engage the Wehrmacht shortly. Oh, good shots there, those conscripts. That MP4, you really just ripped them apart. But Molotov there from over the graveyard. Ooh. I think the Germans have to abandon that. Pioneers went down. Will the Volksgrenadier get away? Nope, he also got shut down. You know, the southern flank, the Soviets are moving up here. Also got a squad of Kontreviki coming out. Now the Soviets are securing points. So it's also heading for the southern fuel. Germans are not covering at the moment. No command choice from the Germans. We do have a Gebaldeladung ready to be thrown. They just need to get in a position to throw it properly. Getting up behind the destroyed truck here. And able to stop the capture point. But here comes the conscripts to intercept. You do see the Grenadiers and Volksgrenadiers moving around. Conscripts are getting too close, that's going to force the Pioneers off. But here's the German infantry out in the open, losing a lot of their rifle fire. Grenade from the sappers forced them back for a little bit. On the northern flank here, we have the conscripts now being overrun by Grenadiers and Volksgrenadiers. There we go, very good shots there from the German infantry. More sandbags being laid quickly. But here comes another flank from the Soviet Union. Using the German sandbags against them. Molotov going out, hits the Grenadiers. Start looking good here for the German Wehrmacht. They're suffering a lot of losses. We have an MG42 coming up though, which can shift this battle around quickly. But the Soviets could overrun it. And they need to have some of the but they're not moving to flank yet. On the other flank, the Germans have managed to push the Soviets off that Mthis point, but they're unable to take it themselves yet. There's still no command choice from either German player. Because they are really waiting. Maxims have arrived here for the Soviet Union. That's going to make that MT-42 going to get suppressed quickly. They even lost their gunner. And now the Kontreviki can move around to prepare for a flank. And the Soviets are trying to get in from all angles they can. Yeah, Pioneers have to pull back. This is the thing when you're fighting against Soviets. They can be very dangerous. They even managed to declude the MG-42. I don't think the Germans can manage to save that in time. Yeah, the conscripts are already running up to... They're not trying to steal it. They're just trying to take the point. We also have Maxim arriving here on the other flank for the Soviet Union. Oh, and now the conscripts grab the MG-42, denying it to the Soviet Union. Germans are trying to get shots in, but it might not be enough here. Okay, that grenade might do it. Yeah, MG-42 decrewed, so they might be able to steal it back if they can get rid of this Maxim later. We do have a Fontoviki holding some support fire now. Much more competent infantry than conscripts. We also have a Soviet attempt out here to push, but the MT-42 was ready. Or a MT-42, there's double MT-42 here. The Germans can hold some of that front line now. So it's also secured the southern point entirely now. But Germans have not been doing too well on these flanks. Another MT-42 arriving. I need to stagger them to just try and steal that MT-42 back. Maxim is quickly firing shots here. Overall, the Germans are in a very bad position. And before this being handed out to Volksgrenadiers, the conscripts are still just slowly building up forces and securing ground. Not a lot of Soviets on the northern front actually, but they have called in some motor guards. They have manpower upgrade. Big German push down here with an MG42 and everything. Going down the tank hunter. They need to focus at Maxim. Maxim setting up. And that's going to be the end of that MG42. Looks like the MG42 will get away though.
The enemy has killed another infantry squad.
The Soviets do have body armor, which is the unique upgrade for all of their support weapon teams if they're playing a shock. Really improves their survivability, as you can see. Germans managed to push up here, completely missed Stock's move with those Volksgrenadiers with MP4. It looks like it really worked out for them. Allowing them to secure a lot of ground suddenly. Probably flanked the Maxim here and killed it. It's a very good play there from the Germans. They're making a comeback now. Thanks to the humble MP40. The Pioneers might try and steal that at DPM, and they do. Germans have secured the southern point here, but they are suffering losses. They might not be able to hold on to it for long. Conscripts are going to pick up the PTIS. Nope. And the fighting continues here. The Pioneers with the DPM is holding back the Soviets. Here's the MT-42. Probably to take up the position. We have a mortar arriving here for the Soviets as well, but the Soviets on the northern flank have actually suffered very heavy losses in a very short amount of time, thanks to Stockler-Mulvey's move. The Soviets have grabbed this MT-42 again. Take some shots into the German MT-42. Still no commanders from either German player. They're really biding their time, aren't they? More Grenadiers arriving, and we have some sappers pushing up here. MT-42 quickly has to relocate. On the southern flank, this MT-42 is going to get Molotoved. Oh yeah, that's going to be a dead MT-42. And the Germans again are forced to fall back. Not looking good for the Germans at all. First, now they're taking up. Oh god, that is a very bad timing for the southern German player. Stockler-Mulvey has already teched up though, and it's going to the further tier, so that's not a good sign for the Germans. They've had that hard of a start.
We are losing a sector.
We'll have to see. Sav's going to make a move up here, but the Grenadiers might move to intercept. A big push down here. German infantry fighting off against the Soviets. Good grenade, almost killed those Grenadier. Pulled by a Molotov. Oh, and we got some shock sappers infiltrated. That's also a unique thing you can do with ambient buildings. But they're in range of the base defenses. They have to be very cautious with their movements. Germans do hold the northern flank though, so they are getting some resource to work with. Most importantly, the fuel and munitions point. I don't think the Volksgrenadiers can fight these shock engineers like that. Not in that range anyway. Sappers forced to pull back. MT-42 now hand out to the Grenadier. That's going to increase the Grenadier's firepower tremendously. Let's play this MT-42 actually. They can cover this road. And this road is a negative cover, so it's going to be a lot of casualties if they run down it. The Germans securing the center with another MG42 inside the church. And conscripts mode down. Ooh, smoke shells going out.
New anti-tank gun has arrived.
I think the Soviets are gearing up for a charge. Anyone should try and overrun it. That was coming up here, but the German infantry going to intercept this path. With the motor guards moving to cover the northern point. Trying to get close to the Grenadier. They do have double DPM, so these Grenadiers might be in trouble. Pathway going out. Didn't do much, so they have to pull back. Dr. Mulvey is now moving troops down to help secure the other parts of the flank. Chucking in here so in the full retreat as the Germans are doing another big infantry assault. So the Wehrmacht is doing a lot of infantry pushes right now. Let's see. Here comes the Soviet push. MT-42 has been smoked, so it's not ready for this. Oh, mine! Very smart. Didn't do a lot though. There's just too many conscripts. Too quickly runs back. Also being prepared here. Molotov going inside the church. When the smoke clears, the 74-2 should start ripping them. Looks like the Germans managed to dodge the Molotov by moving into the other side of the church. Very smart. Now the MT-42s can start opening fire. A double MT-42 in this short angle is going to be a lot of firepower.
Our industry grows to support us.
We do have a T-34-76 already arriving for the Soviet Union. Making some mines in the center. Oh boy. Motor guards moving for the northern point. Like 40 relocating to try and deal with T-34-76. Ooh, Pioneers are taking some big shots there. Oh, they died to the high explosive shell. Ooh. That's not good. Look like a man of a German player. I'm a little bit confused. Was this like a plan of something? Plans them to try and not use commanders. They could have been. Or they're just being very patient. Not showing their hand. Keep it for pushing up here, but there is a Panzerjäger nearby. He almost had sight. Need to do the T-34 a little bit more forward. I need to grab the DPM again, I imagine. Nope, they're not grabbing the DPM. Panzers got a good flanking shot there. Very good at patient shooting. But here comes the shock engineers with their PPSHs, which stick magazines. Like 40 also set up here. Took out the T-34, very nice. And lots of German infantry coming down there. The idea is with the MT-42 to support the Volksgrenadiers with the MP-40s. Maxim setting up here against the Grenadiers on the other flank. And he's pushing up, and we have a lot of Soviet infantry preparing to push over the fields. But they're being suppressed by all the MT-42 fire. Force them back. Propaganda artillery forces Germans to back off here for a while. Church has been turned into a headquarters of the Wehrmacht though. To operate from. More Volksgrenadiers also arriving on the field here. We also have a pack gun arriving for the other German player. And we are seeing more and more tech up going on. They are trying to run. Oh, we have a command choice. Dr. Mulvey went for Panzer Division. Excuse me. And Panzer Division is generally a pretty good choice, I think. Took a little bit of a while before they decided to go for it, though. MT-42 cleared, but they're still in the other MT-42 keeping an eye on it. And now the guards are flanking this pack. Ooh, the guards getting into another position. MT-42's in trouble. Ooh, grenade. They do have a grenade though, and here it goes. Oh, my throat. For to survive, but more guards are coming up here. Lots of DPMs. The other flank, we have some tank riders, shock troopers with PPSHs. The drum magazines running a T-44. I'm so slowly trying to set up a defensive position, but I don't think they can at the moment. It's not looking good for them. The Forscaliers are doing their best to hold them back with the MP40s though. But double DPM is just a lot of firepower. DPM on the Pioneers is trying to get some shots in too, but they're out in the open. But I think the Soviets have just lost so many squads, units in their squad already. On an infantry push from the German Wehrmacht pushing up here. Max is now ripping in. That's not going to be good for the Germans at all there. Just had something to drink. So no command choice from Bugs Bunny. They're being very, very patient. Oh, conscripts on the flank here. Very good play from the Soviets so far. They've done a lot of good job with all their infantry. Also really good play for the Germans, just able to hold them all back. It's not easy to do. And the Soviets can be so hard to deal with if the Soviets know what they're doing. More conscripts on the flank. It's good to see the Soviets trying to use every angle they can get. Oh man, my throat is really hurting me today. Probably not record a lot today after I'm done with this. We have a squad of Panzerlehr arriving, the unique battle group available to Wehrmacht Panzer. Very good infantry, being armed with an LMG 42 100 rounds. The two also arriving as well, and a Kugelwagen with an MG 34. Ooh, Maxim setting up to deal with it though. Here comes the half track, and the 2 also pushing up. Ooh, great effort. They get Baldeladog actually. Ooh, yeah, I don't think the Soviets were prepared for this. The Cisco is not right at the front yet. The Panzerlehr and the 222 is just ripping through everything. That Panzer is being upgraded on the 222. Panzerlehr disembarking, good to see. There's now the assist is showing up. Oh, that's a lot of dead Soviets. Half-track does go down, but the Panzerlehr has been disembarked. Moving around with LMG 42 100 rounds. Big push from the Germans, good to see. I don't think the Soviets were prepared for it. They do have that T-30-45 ace now though. Now being suppressed by his machine guns. Fortunately, the ace does not have a high explosive shell, only a heat shell. But they still have very little cover here. Yeah, I think the Panzerlehr has to pull back.
Time to unleash our heavy tanks.
U2 is trying to cover the center here, getting some shots in on the Maxim. Shock troopers are getting overrun here somewhat by the German infantry, surprisingly. But Blitz being prepared. More German infantry quickly trying to set up here as the motor guards arrive. Good rifle grenade. Oh, Ace showed up and took out the 222. Yeah, Radpanzer does not stop an 85mm shell. As much as you might think it does. Radpanzer is not a miracle worker. D60 arriving here with an autocannon. Ooh, artillery shots here from the Cis. Good shot. Good shots. Here's the Blitz to help reinforce at the front line. That pack has to really get a good shot on that T60 at some point. More T-54s being prepared with more tank riders for the Soviets on the southern flank. Still no command choice from Bugs Bunny. Wonder what they have planned. Because not having a commander this late in the game means they're very limited in what vehicles they can call in. They only could call the Stuk G and the Panzer IV Asian. Nothing else. Well, that's a lot of Soviets here. Oh, using the tank for cover as well as they push up. Very smart. What's leading the way with some PPSHs with stick magazines. Now the shock troopers with stick magazines are getting on the flank. Ooh, but yeah, that's not a good angle. So they decided to move against that. Because the Germans actually have a lot of cover here because of how directional cover is. Well, the T-60 is nearby here. Trying to get in a good angle to get around this pack. As we can get on the flank of the pack here, the pack and this German defense might fall. Germans have Panzerfaust though? No, they do not. The Grenadiers do not have Panzerfaust at the moment. Ooh, pack decrewed.
The enemy has destroyed an anti-tank gun.
That's not good for the German defenses. Panzerfaust are being upgraded though. They've forced the T-60 to back off. The German infantry is still trying to do their best in this flank, but the Surge is just keeping them at bay for now. Oh, good sis shot right there. Very good shot. Almost killed that Grenadier entirely. So they did manage to recruit a pack though. They're still fighting on. Did T-60 die? Oh my god, the T-60 went down. I completely missed it. There it is. Oh, I got Panzerfausted. T-54 tank riders still moving around here. Germans on the southern flank have got the Panzer IV-H. Those are supplements. I don't think the T-34-76 is prepared to fight the Panzer IV-H. Especially from someone who hasn't even picked a commander yet. Who hits the driver. That might be the death of that T-34. Yeah, there we go. This gun is... You should not drive closer to a sys gun. Because else stuff like that happens. High explosive loaded. Overshot. Even if Panzer IV to back off immediately. There we go. Looks like it gets out alive. So it's a managed to push up to the northern fuel. But the Panzer Lehr is going to intercept. With some Volksgrenadier support. The Battleladung going out. They decide to go against it because the Molotov is coming their way. They go up behind the haystacks here. Throwing a Battleladung then. Oh, almost killing the Manskers with the shrapnel from the Battleladung. And yes, with MG42s here. Getting a lot of work done with those MG42s. Very short high explosive barrage going out. So they're going to be able to dodge that though. Oh, and Fonzerwege coming in on the flank. And shock troopers and Fonzerwege on the front. Almost killed those Fonzerwege though when one burst of the MG42, but there's not enough. So it's time to take losses though. Yeah, I think the Germans are making a comeback now. Very good play from the Germans. It's very hard to make a comeback against the Soviets when they have that much of a lead by the looks of it. But looks like it is turning around. Very well played from the Wehrmacht. Axel doing its best here near the ditch. More mortar shells are going to be landing in now. Looks like the Panzer Lehr is going to be moving on the flank. Probably trying to hold up here. There's a mine. Let's see if they run into this Soviet mine quickly. They do not. Probably it's going to hit by a mortar shell. Or well, the shrapnel from one. Ah, now... Oh, Panzer Lehr might be in trouble here. They might run into the mine. No, they are not. Oh, the Panzer Lehr don't have Panzerfaust. They instead have an anti-tank grenade if they can get close. But I guess double machine guns on the front of a tank, that's not going to work. And the southern flank, the Grenadiers are slowly pushing up again. They actually have to shoot into the Soviet base now with the MG42. But don't underestimate the MG42 and normal Grenadiers. It just improves the firepower of this very basic squad so much. We actually have an upgrade for it, I think, at this one. But they always just arrive with the MG42, which is a very big deal, but it does mean your Grenadiers cannot get any of your other weapons that might be doctrinal. So the Volksgrenadiers were pushed back by more motor guards arriving. Panzer Lehr's down to 3 men. They might try to run up behind the cover. Nope, they're just retreating. So I think we're going to see any mine action. Ooh, will the Panzer Lehr get away? I don't think they'll get away. Oh, they might. Okay. Lucky Panzer Lehr. But the Germans have secured a lot of points. Panzer force to pull back for repairs, I think. I'm surprised. Oh, now we have a commander. It's also Panzer. Double Panzer. Okay. I guess we're gonna see Panzer divisions arriving shortly. This could actually be a problem for the Soviets if they don't push the Germans back again. Right, yes, unfortunately, let's hold this front line the best they can. Ooh, propaganda artillery going overhead. That's gonna make the Germans just fall back because they cannot fight well while under propaganda artillery. 85 is relocated to try and deal with the H's. '85 Ace is still holding up here. We have some quickly hastened Regal mines being laid here by the Germans. Very smart. Regal mines will be able to stop tanks dead in their tracks. And claim the cover there because they're gonna run up with a Gewalterladung, I think. Very good play there from the German player. Stuck the Mulvey. Ooh, takes out the cover. It's gonna be buy him some time. Panzer 4-8 can now open fire on the German base. We do see a T-45 being prepared by the Soviet Union. Exposed is going in on the tank building, but I don't think they're going to use that one that much any longer. I think they are moving over to 85s. But German Soviet base is definitely in trouble. Also, they are entrenching their buildings, which you can do, by the way. 85 trying to get down here. Yeah, the Panzer Force realize what's going to be happening. Got a good shot there, killing an H in one shot. That's the power of the 85. 85 is a very reliable tank against the H. But we have a Tiger tank going to be arriving from Stockton Mulvey. That could be a huge deal. Here comes more Soviet infantry trying to push back up, but the MT-42 is in a very good position. A lot of open ground with this negative cover road. Now an 85 has arrived with the Shock Army. Those have secured the southern flank though. So, they're still getting fuel arriving. If we're driving up here. Ooh, the pack is not being recruited. Explosive loaded, misses. But I think this is the opening the Soviet tank army has to focus on. Ooh, Force Grenadiers got mowed down. Panzer 4-8 clearing out the southern flank though. With some Grenadier support. Also, this Shock Army, Stabber might get away though. Okay. 85 is on the hunt. That might be a dead H. Nope. Yeah, it gets away. Okay. Oh, and this is a bad position for this H to be in. That's a lot of Panzerfaust and Panzerschrecks nearby. Yeah, they get it. H is pushing up. Looks like the Germans have to abandon this fight. They cannot hold this little front at the moment. They're just lacking anti-tank equipment up right there.
We are losing a sector.
We do have the Tiger tank arriving. And I think the 85 is gonna actually do a decent job against it, depending on how Stockton Mulvey uses the Tiger. Just not getting too close or anything. Always remember to try and maintain at longer range with your 88mm guns. This 88mm is just such a good high velocity gun. Yeah, but the Germans now hold the southern flank again. Tiger tank moves up. Oh, good shot from 85 immediately right there. Ace did not penetrate though, so that's lucky for the Tiger. Yeah, the 85mm T-44 is just a very good tank. And the 85mm gun is just so good, and the fact they could fit it on a T-44 chassis is absolutely terrifying, and I think in real life the Germans were also terrified about that prospect. Oh, 80 Grigorov. No, they got killed. We also have another Tiger tank arriving. No armor currently for the southern flank of the Soviet Union. It's not looking good here. High explosive loaded. They're aiming... No, they're not aiming for that anyway. I thought they were aiming for clearing out some stuff there, but failed. IS-2 going to be arriving as well. So the Soviets are calling it heavy armor. I think the IS-2 can beat the Tiger flat down in the frontal engagement at long range. Because the IS-2 is just so armored like the Tiger, but it also just has a very big gun. High explosive load here. Yes, they want to take out this. Yeah, they want to take out the mechanized armor Campania so they can stop them from getting T-3045s. Oh, good shot there from the Mthis. I think the Panzerfolder wants to back off now after the driver is replaced. Looks like they look like they're getting it done. Yeah, it's been decrewed.
One of our panzers has been destroyed.
I guess losing your driver is a pretty big deal. You have to get the corpse out of the way and get another one of the crew members to take the place. They just destroyed the H by looks of it. They didn't even want to try and capture it. T-34 leading the way here. With some recon in front, very smart, so they actually get some good eyes out. Tiger tank is ready for action again. We have a second Tiger arriving. Explosive loaded. Doesn't hit. Oh, not always easy to hit with it with an 85. So we're preparing to a flank down here on the southern flank. Soviet shock sappers are around. And here's the IS-2 heavy tank, named after Stalin himself. Tiger tank keeping an eye on the road here. High explosive loaded, hit right in front of the sandbags, killing some people with a shockwave. IS-2 relocating northwards to try and deal with the Tiger, I imagine. But we also have a Tiger arriving on the southern flank. That's a conscript showing up the front line. T-34, the 5 Ace is also running around. It might want to get on the flank of the Tiger Ace. When the IS-2 gets to the front line, if it ever does. Oh, we have Panzer Grenadiers arriving here. They've been armed with an MT-42 they found on the ground and Sturmgewehrs. That's a very potent combination for that Panzer Grenadier squad. Let's try to get a flanking shot. Doesn't hit. Oh, well, that didn't even fire because of the side blockers. And now the German infantry is going to kill the crew. But one shot, but it didn't penetrate. T-45 going for the Tiger Ace. Doesn't kill it. But they do force the Tiger back. And the IS-2 is not moving. Why is the IS-2 just sitting there? Did the AI forget to do command issue its order? Or will follow the order was issued by the player? I know the pathfinding can be a little bit troublesome sometimes. There we go, now the IS-2 is on the move. Here's the second Tiger though. And with a Tiger on the other flank as well, it's not going to be easy for the Soviets to make a comeback now, I think. Depending on how the IS-2 can take out these Tigers if it can. The Soviets are still in a decent position if they can just keep up pressure, but the southern Soviet flank really has to be a little bit more conservative for their units, I think. IS-2 and ooh, no penetration. I think that Tiger might realize it's in trouble. Ace gonna flank while the IS-2 is gonna go for the front. Penetration there. Oh, Ace is down though. Tiger moving up here. Do an 85 to keep an eye on the front. IS-2 getting a shot here. And that's a dead Tiger. Yeah, do not fuck with IS-2. Very well said, driver. Oh, commander. Ooh, and that might be an 85. Oh, Tiger missed! 85 did not penetrate, though. That's gonna force the 85 to back off, I think. Yeah, lost his main gun to a pack. And there it goes. IS-2 still has to be cautious, because if it runs into a German mine, it might be in trouble. Well, yeah, the southern Soviet flank is just not looking good at all. But the IS-2 is definitely gonna be a threat to all of the Tigers. Tiger tank and grenadier moving up here. Oh, IS-2 wasted his shot on the infantry! Recon squad's been spotted. Oh, Tiger tank penetrated and Panzerfaust kills the crew! Oh, that's a huge loss for the Soviet Union right there. Oh, it's not good at all. Oh, high explosive kills the Proto Gods. Oh, now the Soviets are just losing everything. Very well combat. Very well played. Oh, my mate lost his main gun to the assist. So many criticals happening. But I think the Germans are going to try to steal that IS-2. Or they might scavenge it. I would deny it to the Soviets and they would get a lot of resources from it. Because you can scavenge recoverable vehicles, by the way. No, they steal it! But it gets taken down immediately by the SIS! And now they scavenge the wreck. They should just have scavenged it when it was operational, I think. That would have given them a little bit more resources to work with. Should give me 50 fuel because it's a heavy tank? Yep, 50 fuel. Tiger tank leading the attack on the Soviet base. Getting another SIS gun by the looks of it. Oh, they were about to, but then they lost the building. Not looking good for the Soviet Union here at all. And the Tiger tank is just driving forwards. More sappers arriving, but I don't think it's going to be enough. They're going to take out the tank building. They know what to focus. They know they want to deny the Soviets getting more 85s and IS-2s. Tiger tank leading the front here. I want to take out that SIS gun. No luck. More fuel airdropped. We have an 85 arriving. But that building is definitely going to go down.
We have an isolated sector. The enemy is attacking our HQ.
And the Soviets, yeah, they just don't have any AT to stop this tank. And here's the second Tiger. Oh, this Tiger's being very aggressive here. 85 driving up. Takes out the Tiger.
We have lost a Panzer.
Oh, yeah, don't underestimate the 85 at all, but it's not gonna beat a Tiger if it gets shot, but the 85 gun can just penetrate the Tiger very reliably. So they're just gonna try and relocate to cover the flank, protect the base. So the Soviet base really is in trouble now. Tank set up to intercept. The problem with the 85 T-34 is it doesn't really have that high armor, so it's still basically a glass cannon. He just has a very potent gun. That's really it.
Our HQ is under attack.
Oh yeah, the Soviet base is just collapsing at the moment. They're just getting tons of conscripts to replace the losses. You might try to just run up into the Tiger, which is a thing you can do with AT grenades. Plus we have an 85 base arriving, and the Tigers are just going for hunting now this wounded T-85. Ace is, oh, Ace is turning his rear. He doesn't want to do that. And he's pushing up there.
Our headquarters is taking enemy fire.
Oh, can this Ace turn it around? I somewhat doubt it because the Tiger's now driving into the Soviet base.
To additional battlefield options.
And aggressive Tiger pushing here. 85 Ace can get on the flank. Doing a heat round. Oh, doesn't penetrate! Tiger did not penetrate either. Which can happen. Tigers are forced to pull back for a little bit. I don't think the 85 wants to chase. You don't want to chase into two tigers frontally. You did take out one tiger, but the potion was worth somewhat economically, and economically speaking. 85 is far cheaper than a tiger tank, so even if it was an 85 ace, you're gonna see the normal 85 being repaired shortly, but the tiger tank can now still lead the assault into the base.
Our command post is under assault.
Here comes several of the Panzer Grenadiers here to support the tiger.
Opponents are seizing.
That's actually a unit that's really good at doing that. It's designed to focus on supporting tanks. As you would guess from Panzer Grenadiers, it's kind of in the name. Panzer Grenadier, after all. 85 is almost prepared here.
Enemy forces are capturing.
Everybody's ready to go. It just needs to get on the flank of this tiger.
Troops ready for action. Our tiger has been engaged.
We're not looking good. Okay, high explosive there on the base. 85 on the flank. Got a good penetration right there. Forced the Indian to burn on the tiger. Panzerjäger's on the flank though.
Supply sector under attack.
But trying to fight in the open road like that is not gonna work. But Germans have got another tiger on the northern flank as well. There's tiger, tiger, tiger. So many tigers.
The mortar crew.
Ooh, Panzer is getting close here. Need to be cautious with their movements though. These Panzer Grenadiers actually don't have a Panzerfaust, they have the Panzerknacker instead, which means they actually have to run way up to the tank and plant the Panzerknacker. There's some Panzer Grenadiers arriving here. Tiger tank leading the way. That might be a dead 85. Yep, right in the side. I think the Soviets should probably throw the towel at this point. Yeah, and the Tiger Abteilung really works its way through. I'll see you on the next one, everyone. Bye bye.